suppose we have the function z is equal to f of x times f of y. Alright? It's just like you have z is equal to, let's say, f of x is x squared and f of y is y cubed. Right? Now, delta z by delta x, that means the partial of z with respect to x, would give you f prime of x, using that notation, f prime of x, f of y. It would be like saying delta z by delta x equal f prime of x would be 2x, and you keep f of y as if it is a number. So the function of y is just a number, so you don't change it. We have the first derivative of x here. Now you consider delta z by delta y. You treat f of x as a number, so delta z by delta y here. You treat x squared as a number. F of x in this case is our x squared. So here, x squared time, and you find the derivative of y with respect, you find the derivative of this with respect to y. So you differentiate y cubed, so you get 3y squared. So in this case, you keep f of x as it is and write by the x squared. So here you keep f of x as it is and you write back your f of x times, you differentiate y, so f prime y. Now suppose you find delta square z by delta x delta y, which is the same thing as delta x of delta z by delta y. Alright? It would be delta by delta x of, what was delta z by delta y? Is f of x f prime y. Right? This is delta z by delta y. That's what I put here. Now, here, what we have is the derivative of this with respect to x. What will it be? Well, we differentiate the f of x to get f prime x, and you keep the f prime y as it is. It's like a number. So if you differentiate this with respect to x, you would have 2 times 3x y squared. Alright? Same thing here. Now, suppose you had delta square z by delta y delta x now. Instead of delta x delta y, you have delta y by delta x. What would that? It would be delta y of what? Delta z by delta x, which is delta, oh boy, which is delta by delta y of, what is delta z by delta x again? Let's see. Delta z by delta x is this. It's f prime x, f of y. F prime x, f of y. Alright. Now we differentiate this with respect to y. What happened? We're going to have the f prime x part remain as if it's a number, but you differentiate with respect to y, so you have f prime y. Now notice something. Delta square z by delta x delta y is f prime x f prime y, and delta square z by delta y delta x, when you switch these around, delta y delta x is the same, f prime x f prime y. So what you will find generally is that delta square z by delta y delta x is equal to delta square z by delta x delta y. Alright? Now, of course, once you find delta square z by delta y delta x, you don't need to find delta square z by delta y, x delta y. But of course, you can check. You can find delta square z by delta x delta y after finding delta square z by delta y delta x, just to check to make sure that you did everything right. Alright, because they should be equal. Alright, now I'm using x, y, z. Remember, any other letter could be used, right? It's just like x, y, and z are popular letters, but any other letters you see in any question, the same arguments will apply. Alright, so that's that for now. I'll see you in the next video.